guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please do subscribe. Alexa, what's the time please? Alexa, what's the time? It's 8:48 AM, sorry, I haven't put the volume up. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 8:48 AM.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Wednesday the 28th of December.
Alexa, what's the weather like?
Right now in Rochester, it's 10 degrees Celsius with showers. Today's forecast has rainy weather, with a high of 11 degrees and a low of 7 degrees.
So here, where I'm living in Rochester, at the moment, it's raining. And it was raining yesterday, last night when I took Max out for a walk. It's just been constantly raining here in the UK. So a taxi did indeed pick me up outside the flats yesterday around 11 o'clock AM. I was waiting downstairs in the hallway for it, so he didn't miss me. He waited outside and he hooted his horn. It was ABC taxis, white long taxi with an automatic door. So the driver opened the door for me, I got in and he closed the door, which is helpful if you're disabled and you need assistance with shutting the door. The driver was an Asian man, he had a beard, not unlike my father Derek. So he was a bearded Asian man, very nice, very polite, spoke to me when I was in the taxi, and the drive on the 27th of December was smooth. There wasn't that much traffic about, but it was time and a half, so the taxi fare came to almost £16. Just one journey came to £15.85, something like that. My mum paid for the taxi fare. I can't, I'll be quite honest with you, on benefit, I can't afford that taxi fare like that. So my mum paid for the taxi. She came out in a rolled up jeans at the bottom and she paid the taxi driver, which looked like a funny version of my father Derek with a beard. Went into the flat and sat down with my mother, and she had things on the table like she did for Dad when he was there. So Murray mints, yuzu drinks, sweets, Maryland biscuits. So it was as if she was looking after my dad. In her mind, it was like she was still looking after my father, which is sweet. She's remembering my father Derek. She's got his photo on the wall of her flat and she pointed to it and she pretended to tweak Derek's beard. She's got a photo of my father who died last year on the wall. So I sat down and she opened her present that I'd given her. I'd given her a timeless perfume and some perfume. She was really pleased. I put differences aside and I tried to make yesterday nice and happy, and it wasn't too bad actually. So I put the telly on, put YouTube on, put a channel on called Cozy Corner, and they go around places like Lidl and Tesco and B&M stores, and they just photograph the new stock that's coming for Christmas and New Year. So I was watching Cozy Corner, then I watched the Caravan People Life's Too Short, their Christmas episodes of their channel, and I was just browsing YouTube and looking through YouTube channels, and I came across a very good program, Claridge's. Is it Claridge's? Alexa, is there a Claridge Hotel in London?
I found a Claridge's Hotel in London. Claridge's Hotel is 46.7 kilometres away on Rathbone Place in London.
Yes, yes, I watched a program about Claridge's Hotel, and the clients that come over and stay, and some spend 2 weeks at Christmas in Claridge's. So they was showing the very friendly staff and the customers that come in to stay, and their massive Christmas tree, and they were decorating it. So I watched Claridge's Hotel on YouTube with my mum. My mum sat there, we was talking. My mum had said Sue had brought round her Christmas dinner plate. So my mum had had some Christmas dinner on Christmas Day. Sue brought some turkey dinner round on Christmas Day to my mum. And she sat with my mum for 5 minutes, she said. And so I'm glad that my mum had a turkey Christmas dinner on Christmas Day. Her neighbour brought it round. What else? My mum gave me some things which I'm going to show in the next video because my phone is about to die. It's the charger, it's not charging up the phone properly, so you never know when the phone is just going to die on me, so I'm just doing a video while I can. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. My mum gave me a lot of food. We had a takeaway from Pizza Go Go, and my mum answered the door to the mail delivery driver, and they had a lovely chat, you know, a bit of banter together, my mum and the delivery driver. I had a pizza, cookies, and I ate the spaghetti bolognese round there, which was delicious. I had a nice hot spaghetti bolognese yesterday from Pizza Go Go. It was cooked to perfection, it tasted lovely, and I enjoyed that. So it was a bit different to the previous last Friday, where I was left to walk home in freezing cold conditions, and I felt humiliated. It was a bit different. My mum was obviously wary of calling a taxi home because we were having difficulty getting taxis home. I was able to get a taxi up there, but not get one back, and I don't take Max, my Chihuahua, up there anymore because the taxi drivers say that they have to be pet friendly, and some of the drivers are obviously allergic to dogs and pets. So I wasn't able to get a taxi home with Max, so I stopped taking Max. And then me and my mum were finding that the drivers were still having a problem, even when I didn't have Max. And the driver my mum spoke to yesterday morning said they've changed drivers. The problem was the fact that they've changed drivers. I did manage to get a taxi home. It was another male Asian man, a young one. It was the one that used to pick me up with Max and tell me, put that dog on your lap. He used to tell me to put the dog on my lap. And he went, no doggy today. I went, no, there's no doggy today. Sat in the back of the taxi, and he drove me home. My mum had given me a lot of heavy shopping. I had washing. I had a backpack full of the food and drinks that she'd given me, and another 2 bags. And he helped me to the front of the communal door, and he went off, and I'd left my phone on the back seat, so he brought my phone back to me. I shuffled in with a backpack and 3 bags, shuffled past parcels that were on the floor for other people, shuffled myself into the lift, got up to the first floor and into my flat, and wasn't I glad to see Max? I've missed him. I got home yesterday about 4 o'clock, just before 4, because I think it's better to go home early, and then my mum doesn't have the stress of keep contacting taxis that aren't going to come out. There was no hard feelings, there was no arguments, no neighbours knocked on the door and came in, there was no phone calls, and fortunately I was able to get a taxi home yesterday, which I was grateful for. So all in all, all in all, yesterday wasn't too bad. It wasn't like a couple of Fridays ago where I was walking on my own thinking I was going to collapse because it was so cold and freezing. So thanks to the taxi drivers for actually taking me home. You know, it still feels like a bit like, oh, doggy, 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 but I'm just trying to ignore it. I got some things. I got a nice, lovely dinner to eat, and I've got some things to show you. So see you later.